Wash your face, hands and feet with soap and water before attending next session. हम अगला सेशन अटेंड करने के पहले अपने हाथ, मुंह और पैरों को साबुन से धो के और फुट सोक बकेट के साथ आ जाएंगे। जय श्री माता जी।
जय श्री माता जी।
जय श्री माता जी।
दीदी एक क्वेश्चन था।
जय श्री माता जी।
जय श्री माता जी।
क्वेश्चन पूछना था।
हाँ पूछिए दीदी, पर अभी लेट हो रहा है ना, अभी नेक्स्ट आज थोड़ा लेट ही हो गया वैसे भी। अगले सेशन के लिए वेट कर रहे हैं दीदी।
जी ठीक है दीदी। जय श्री माता जी।
हाँ जय श्री माता जी।
जय श्री माता जी। सब लोग हाथ पैर धो के आ जाइए, 1 मिनट में हम शुरू करते हैं। We will start in 1 minute. Please wash your legs and hands and come. सभी रेडी है? ऑल आर रेडी? Are you able to hear me? आप लोग को सुनाई देता है?
जी भैया जय श्री माता जी। हम लोग रेडी है, लेकिन अभी क्या होना, अभी कैंडलिंग होगा या फुट शॉक होगा?
अभी पहला लेफ्ट क्लियर करेंगे।
हाँ कैंडलिंग से ना?
नहीं कैंडल नहीं करेंगे, कैंडल देखेंगे, अगर जरूरत है कैंडल करेंगे।
अच्छा ठीक है। जय श्री माता जी।
जय श्री माता जी भैया।
जय श्री माता जी। जय श्री माता जी। अभी सब लोग नतमस्तक होकर श्री माता जी को वंदन करके कुंडली उठा के बंधन लेंगे। You will raise your कुंडली and take बंधन। जय श्री माता जी। पहला लेफ्ट हैंड श्री माता जी को और राइट हैंड धरती माँ पे। We'll put our left hand towards माता जी, right hand on Mother Earth, and we'll observe the vibrations for 2 minutes. अभी लेफ्ट हैंड के वाइब्रेशंस महसूस करेंगे। राइट हैंड में क्या हो रहा है, लेफ्ट हैंड में क्या हो रहा है, महसूस करते रहेंगे 2 मिनट के लिए। तालु भाग से महसूस करेंगे। We'll observe from top of right what's happening on our right hand, what's happening on our left palm. जय माता जी। अभी कुछ लोग को ठंडक आया होगा लेफ्ट साइड में, सम पीपल मस्ट हैव फेल्ट कूल ब्रीज इन द लेफ्ट हैंड। वो लोग राइट हैंड धरती माँ पे रखिए, यानी सिर्फ धरती माँ को इस्तेमाल करेंगे लेफ्ट क्लियर करने के लिए। एंड एनीवन हु हैज फेल्ट कूल ब्रीज ऑन द लेफ्ट हैंड नाउ विल यूज ओनली द अर्थ एलिमेंट, यानी राइट हैंड सिर्फ धरती माँ पे रखेंगे, कैंडल जलाने की जरूरत नहीं है। अभी कुछ लोग को लेफ्ट हैंड में ठंडक नहीं पता चला होगा, अगर जिनको ठंडक नहीं आई उनको कैंडल लगाना पड़ेगा, एक श्रीमती के सामने, एक अपना लेफ्ट हैंड के पास और एक अपना लेफ्ट स्वादिष्टान के पीछे। Anyone who has not felt cool breeze on the left hand, they can light a candle in front of Mataji, one candle in front of our left hand and one candle behind them, behind left स्वादिष्ठान। और अगर जिनको,
भैया,
हाँ बोलिए दीदी।
भैया सॉरी मैंने आपको बीच में डिस्टर्ब किया। भैया मैंने ना 2 दिन से कैंडलिंग करे मैं लगातार, तो मेरा ना रात को नींद नहीं आती और पूरी बॉडी में एकदम गरम गरम, स्पेशली स्टमक के अंदर एकदम गरम फील होता है, फिर पूरी बॉडी में हीट आ जाती है।
और फिर क्या करते हो आप?
हाँ,
हीट आने के बाद क्या करते हो?
क्या करने के बाद?
लेफ्ट हैंड कैंडल की तरफ रखने के बाद आपको हीट आता है बोल रहे हो ना आप?
हाँ मतलब कभी नहीं आता, रात को सोने के टाइम पे ना एकदम पूरा बॉडी में हीट हीट लगता है।
और आपका ब्रह्मरंध्र खुला है?
हाँ
ओके, और आपने कैंडलिंग के बाद 2 फुट सुख किया?
हाँ, आप जैसे बताते हो ना वैसा पूरा मैं सेशन अटेंड करती हूँ।
फिर भी गर्मी आ रही है?
हाँ बहुत, एकदम पूरा स्टमक तो पूरा हीट हो गया, तो फेस भी मेरा ना स्वेलिंग हो गया, रेड रेड हो गया है।
ठीक है, तो बेटा आप सिर्फ धरती माँ यूज कीजिए, ठीक है? अभी हाँ लेफ्ट हैंड टुवर्ड्स माता जी, राइट हैंड धरती माँ पे, लेफ्ट हैंड टुवर्ड्स माता जी, राइट हैंड मदर। नाउ in addition to doing candling, we will actually listen to श्री महाकाली पूजा स्पीच। अभी हम श्री महाकाली पूजा स्पीच सुनते हुए लेफ्ट क्लियर करेंगे।
You all have come now to Bangalore, and yesterday you had gone to Mysore, which was ruled by Mahishasura. That's the reason you didn't get your food. It crossed you. It's better not to eat food in such places, isn't it? All right. So, it's a very beautiful place, Bangalore is. Climate is beautiful, and you'll find always these Rakshasas live in places like this. Like in Pune, you have no uses, Rajneesh was there, here is this Mahishasura. They always try to find places which are cold, because they have so much heat in their body. Now, as you know, there's one more Rakshasa here who has to be exposed. And this, today, through our puja, we should achieve. In the olden days, when the goddess had to fight the Rakshasas were not involved in human beings as such. They didn't become gurus or anything. And so now we find in Kali Yuga They have gone into the brains of sadhakas, of their devotees. It's very difficult to remove them. And once they go into the brain of the sadhakas, then sadhakas become, of course, possessed. They suffer. They have all kinds of problems. Despite that, they stick on to that person because they are mesmerized, very much mesmerized. And this mesmerism makes them absolutely so strong-headed that even if they have to die, they won't give up their gurus. The main thing is that in this Kali Yuga, there are so many sadhakas. They are running helter and skelter. They are running all over, trying to find out some way of finding the truth. While when the market is on, you get people to sell it also. So that's how so many have come up and are trying these things, tricks on people all over. Most of them have gone to the Western countries because people have money. Thank God we are not so rich in India that they could not befool us, especially in America. And Americans took to these people as a fish takes to water. Very simple. I went there and told them and warned them, they won't listen to me. They can't understand anything that you can get without money. But despite all that, so many of you have been able to come to Sahaja Yoga and get to the reality. It's your destiny. It's blessings to you of your previous lives that you could see it so clearly and come to Sahaja Yoga. And now you have grown so much. You have become so matured when you understand what others are doing is absolutely wrong. Also, somebody told me about this fellow boy John misbehaving with these homosexuals and all that and calling them Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, all nonsense. Then I discovered that this story is very prevalent in Kerala, where they say that Krishna, Vishnu, when he became Mohini, he had a child from Shiva. They're absurd. And now Murthy is telling me, when I told you this story, you said this blasphemy, this is sin. Same way I feel. It's very dangerous also to play about with a person like Vishnu. He's a very dangerous deity. Shiva ultimately is very dangerous, but it takes time with him. But as far as Vishnu is concerned, one has to be very careful misbehaving like this. I don't know what's going to happen to them. But they are so stupid. They are so stupid. One thing they should judge, that if this thing you are doing is good for them, is by God's blessings, then why should you get diseases? There is a regular 1 crore of people going to a nonsensical place where they have this Ayyappa business. And they wear black dresses for one month, and they have their beard and everything. They don't starve themselves. They go up miles together, they climb, do all kinds of things. That is a sort of a suffering for 1 month. And 11 months they do everything. This kind of a nonsense. So now it has become like a craze like jogging or something like that in Kerala. And this year there were 1 crore of people doing this stupid nonsense. Even in India we have such stupid people. You can see that. But the number is not so much, I must say, as it is in America, percentage. In India, we are very conditioned by this ritualism, especially in the South. We have lots of ritualistic things. And we are impressed by people if you take out some watches, Swiss made watches and things like that. To them, it's something really remarkable that how can you have Swiss made watches. Very simple people. They do not understand that none of the incarnations did these tricks. And that truth should be based on the tradition, on the Shastras. It cannot deviate. And whatever deviates is actually heretic and also is blasphemy. But as I told you the other day, that those people who talk of knowledge, like Sufis, who got their realization, real Sufis, they were called as heretics. They were thrown out of the religion. Also, the Christians, the early Christians who were Gnostics, were called as mad people, heretics. In the same way, those who are following stupid things and are following something that is very black and dark, negative, will definitely go against Sahaja and will say that this is something heretic or it is something that is blasphemy. But as you understand now what it is, we have to bring forth new laws that those who are not Sahajogis are actually, if they are practicing any religion, they are not doing the right thing. Slowly, as Vatican is getting exposed, and the Christian churches are getting exposed, even in India, so many such organizations are getting exposed, and people are understanding that this is very wrong. These ideas actually have come from incarnations. Like Adi Shankaracharya himself said, tatat kim, tatat kim, tatat kim. If you have not followed your guru, then tatat kim. So they said now, any guru can come from the jail, can be a smuggler, can be anything, characterless person. If you call him a guru, then he's a guru. Whatever we call somebody, say, we call somebody as a guru. And we stick on. This is my guru. But what did the guru give to you? That nobody asks. We just feel happy, oh, very nice. It's like the worms clinging on to the lotus and say, oh, we have lotus. What about you? You are a worm still. What is the use of these lotuses? Whether that is lotus or a snake, God alone knows. So, a guru who doesn't talk of realization, who doesn't talk of Kundalini, who doesn't talk of ascent, who doesn't talk of second birth, cannot be a guru. Minimum of minimum. So like we also believe in, say, Rama. I believe in Rama. So what? Are you obliging Rama or Rama is obliging you? I believe in Christ. So what? You believe in this, you believe in that. It's such an absurd idea, still I never understand when people say, I believe in this. But what does that make? What does that mean? You believe in Christ, you are leading a licentious life, you are doing all kinds of, but I believe in Christ. I believe in God, doing everything against divinity, and I believe. So, a question comes, what do you mean by believing? It's like, I believe it is silver. So what? It is silver. What does it make to you to believe by that saying something you have done great? What is great in that? Now if you say, I believe in Sri Mataji, so what? All right, you believe in me because of certain experience. Still what? Mataji should be in your life, should be in your expression, in your behavior. in your treatment to others, in understanding each other and loving each other. That is what impresses people. People say, all right, we'll come to Mataji, we'll just pray to her and go away, we'll not talk to her. Why? Because we believe in Mataji, finished. So now we have to understand that you believe in Sahaja Yoga. Of course it is Shraddha, it is not a blind faith, I agreed. But still belief has to penetrate into your being. This belief has to act, has to show results, it has to work out in every way. Somebody might say that we believe in Mataji and she does everything. She'll do bhakti for us. I should sit down and sing the song of Mataji or what? So what is going to come from your side? That is what we have to understand. And once that starts working, then these demons and these rakshasas will all vanish, no problem. So what am I doing for Sahaja? We should ask the question, what am I doing? Now, if you make this instrument, and then what if it is not doing anything, what's the use of making the instrument? Now you are the light, you have got enlightenment. But what's the use of a light which is hanging somewhere, which is not giving light to anyone? So when you are giving light to others, in a very innocent manner, in a very reciprocal manner, not this way that we are giving light because we want to have an advantage over it, or we want to show off, or any all nonsensical things that are there. Then the derailment starts. People start saying, oh, I am this, I am that. But with full understanding that we are instruments in the hands of the divinity, and we are just enjoying that divinity flowing through us and working out. You won't feel tired, you won't feel upset, you will not be in any way in trouble. But this has happened with you. You are so matured, but still we all have to decide that now we are going to India to get ourselves the whole joy of the tour. But for what? Not to keep to yourself, but to share it with others. This joy is for you to share it with others. Unless and until you learn that, your ego will come back again and again. And also you have seen the way people who have been even spreading Sahaja Yoga got into the mess of ego. So one has to be very careful. The more you are rising in your divinity, more you are maturing, you have to be very careful. See, on a tree, if you see, if there's a leaf, no insect will enter. If there's a flower, the insect will come and it will make it into a fruit. But when it is a fruit, then the insect will enter and eat it off. So when you are becoming a fruit, you have to be very careful that no insect should get into you. On the contrary, now you have capacity to destroy all the insects. And that is what is, I would say, is the stage where we should all come up to. So you are destroying insects on one side and satisfying people on the other side. Collectivity is, of course, no doubt, is the only way you can be cleansed. But the greater thing is to go out, all out, to find out where can I spread Sahaja? Where can I go? What is the nearest village I can go? Where will I work it out? All these things, the more you think, the better it is. And you start moving in that direction. Once you start moving in that direction, you will be surprised Sahaja Yoga will move ahead of you. You will meet the people whom you want. you will get all the necessary help that you want. Suddenly you will find some people who will come down and say, now, what can we do for you? Every type of help starts coming to you the way you expand yourself. It's like expanding your wings, like a bird does, and then you take off. But if you don't extend yourself, you keep Sahaja to yourself only. It doesn't. I know you love me very much, and you know I love you very much. But don't you think others should also share this love? Others should also have this. Now, when we start struggling, we also struggle with people who are very difficult, like my brother's son. Just don't go near Mai. Get away. Mai is the most difficult thing. You see, in my family, I don't touch them. Because once you go to Mai, they sit on your heads. Or maybe they'll sit on the heads of the Sajogis or something, nothing. So don't go to the people, she's my sister, no, nothing of that. What you have to do is to see what is beyond. And the more you will go beyond, the better it will be. See, you can see clearly, we worked so hard in Maharashtra. It is a useless place, I find. Maharashtrian Sajogis are few, very few. But whatever are there, also not so good. While Delhi Sajogis, now here in Madras, in Bangalore, see what nice Sajogis are there. So much work I have done there. So those who are very near to you always cannot see the greatness of you. Like if you go near the big mountain, you cannot see the big mountain. You have to be away, and then you see. In the same way, when you want to do some work with anyone, try to see that you are not closely related, nor do you have any connections with them. Something unknown. These people are much better for you to follow, and they will keep your attention tight, absolutely on you. Otherwise, the people who are known to you will trouble you. Now, there are many difficulties in spreading Sahaja. There were many, many more before. Slowly, these are coming down. Naturally, it is much better than at the time of Thomas, because he had to hide his treatise to save it from others. He thought a day will come when there will be resurrection time, then this treatise will be. Imagine, only 48 years back, now it would be about 50 years back, it was discovered. It was not discovered before. He had to hide it. But now we are not to hide. We have to go all out and must know, must forgive. That, you see, ours is an open place where anybody can come in. So we get all kinds of people. If we go and meet people also, there is all kinds of oppositions. All these things doesn't matter. Everything can be overcome. But first is your own initiative and your own lethargy which has to be overcome. Then it will start spreading out. Of course, we have already a lot of Sajogis. In Russia, if you say, we have so many in thousands. But in every place, we can have lots of people now. And I'm sure this is a nice year where they say so predict that Sahaja will grow very much this year. So this is the beginning we are starting today. I just wanted to tell you that you have the power. You have the Shakti within your reach. They said it was very cold one day before I came here. I said, don't worry. I didn't give bandhana. I just came here. And how they know? It's become all right. You are sitting in your kurta pajamas. Otherwise you would have been in your three-piece suit shivering.
जयेश माता जी, अभी बोलिए, आप लोग को कुछ फर्क आया लेफ्ट हैंड में, लेफ्ट ये स्पीच से? प्लीज लेट मी नो इफ यू पीपल नोटिस्ड a difference in your vibrations in your left palm.
जय श्री माता जी भैया।
हाँ जयेश माता जी।
भैया जब मैंने स्पीच माँ का सुना और उसके बाद मेरे नाभि चक्र में इतने अच्छी तरह से वाइब्रेट आया है, बहुत अच्छी तरह, हाँ बहुत अच्छी तरह से आया सर भैया। और हाँ, और स्वादिष्टान पूरे जो अपर स्वादिष्टान विशुद्धि चक्र सब में बहुत अच्छी तरह से वाइब्रेट आया है।
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। ओके, बाकी लोग बोलिए।
जय श्री माता जी भैया।
हाँ जयेश माता दीदी।
हाँ, मेरे पाम में सामने की ओर भी और पीछे से भी बहुत वाइब्रेशन आ रहे, एंड फिर जो है स्वादिष्टान, नाभि एंड अनाहत, उस पे काफी अच्छे वाइब्रेशन आ रहे।
ओके, और राइट हैंड धरती माँ पे है ना आपका?
जी, राइट हैंड धरती माँ पे।
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। ओके,
जी,
बाकी लोग बोलिए।
जय श्री माता जी।
जयेश माता दीदी।
लेफ्ट हैंड में बहुत ठंडा ठंडा महसूस हुआ भैया।
हाँ वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। जयेश माता दीदी, आवाज नहीं आ रहा।
ये अभी मैंने क्या किया ना, तो उससे बहुत ज्यादा हीट आ गई एकदम से लेफ्ट साइड में, बहुत ज्यादा।
ठीक है, स्पीच सुन रहे थे?
ठंडा ठंडा था लेफ्ट में। जी,
स्पीच सुन रहे थे कि नहीं?
हाँ स्पीच सुनने थे, क्लियरेंस तो हुई है, बट ना हीट ओवर हीट हो गई एकदम से बॉडी।
हाँ ठीक है,
तो
आप वो अभी फुटसो करेंगे, निकल जाएगा, नो प्रॉब्लम।
जी हाँ ठीक, थैंक यू। जय श्री माता भैया।
हाँ अमरनाथ भैया बोलिए।
जी प्रणाम।
हाँ जय माता भैया बोलिए।
जी आचार्य जी, हमारा जो ब्रह्म अज्ञा चक्र है, इससे ऊपर ऊर्जा जा नहीं पा रही है। वहीं पे जो है मूवमेंट आता है आगे चक्र पे, भारीपन आता है, तो उससे ऊपर ऊर्जा जाती नहीं।
ओके, लेफ्ट हैंड में हवा आ रही थी?
अभी वैसे मैं नया हूँ, अभी बहुत ज्यादा एहसास नहीं मुझे हो पा रहा है।
हाँ, लेफ्ट हैंड में हवा नहीं आ रही थी, नहीं आ रही थी?
अभी एहसास नहीं हो पा रहा है मुझे कि किस तरह है, क्या है। अभी थोड़ा समय लगेगा अभी।
अच्छा, लगेगा तो लगेगा, आपकी मर्जी, ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम।
असल में मैं कहीं और जुड़ा हुआ था, यहाँ जुड़ा हुआ।
वही नहीं, अब जुड़ा, आत्मा का संबंध अभी से है। अगर अभी आना है तो अभी आ जाएगा, मगर वो पूरा टाइम लगता है, जब तक
टाइम लगेगा। पिछला छोड़ दिया मैंने सब। अब आपसे
कैंडल है ना आपके पास? कैंडल है उधर?
जी कैंडल है।
हाँ, कैंडल लगा के रखिए।
कैंडल,
ठीक है, जय श्री माता दी।
जय श्री माता जी भैया।
हाँ बोलिए दीदी।
हाँ, मैं विराट में एक 10 दिन से हूँ। पहले तो 2-3 दिन मेरे को समझ में ही नहीं आ रहा था कि क्या क्या, फिर एक दिन में ज्वाइन जैसे करती गई तो थोड़ा बहुत अभी समझ में आ रहा है। और अभी एक कल 2 दिन से ना मेरे को बहुत अच्छी तरह से, मतलब मैं निर्विचारता में जा रही हूँ। नहीं तो पहले तो मेरे को विचार आते ही रहते थे, लेकिन अभी 2 दिन से मेरे को पूरी तरह निर्विचारता में जा रही हूँ। और मेरे विशुद्ध के यहाँ थोड़ा ऐसा गरम जैसा फील हो रहा था।
वेरी गुड। अभी लेफ्ट हैंड से ठंडक आ रही थी अंदर?
हाँ, थोड़ी बहुत चालू थी।
वेरी गुड, एक्सीलेंट। बस हाँ करते रहिए, आ जाएगा।
ओके ठीक है। जय श्री माता जी भैया।
जय श्री माता जी।
हाँ भैया,
हाँ,
बहुत अच्छे से हुआ, बहुत अच्छे से लेफ्ट साइड क्लियर हो गया हमें। I didn't even use the candle because I, like the other lady was talking, I don't get hot or anything, but I decided it may be a good idea not to use the candle today. I have used candle most of the time, but today I didn't use it, and it was just listening to that talk, amazing talk. And I don't know why I have not heard it so many times. I have only heard it one more time some time ago, and that's it.
Very nice.
It's unbelievable talk, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Nice.
She's talking the truth. She's talking the truth about what South Indians do.
Right.
Going to, in Kerala, going to that place
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Even my own brother-in-law has done it.
Yeah, true. Okay, we will go for right side clearance अभी सब लोग फुट सॉक अरेंजमेंट कर लीजिए.
जय श्री माता जी भैया.
हाँ जय श्री माता जी.
सॉरी आपको डिस्टर्ब किया. एक्चुअली मुझे आपसे एक डाउट पूछना था.
बाद में कर लेती थी डाउट्स एंड ऑल. कैन वी डू इट?
ओके.
सब शुरू करते हैं. लेट्स डू फुट सॉक. फुट सॉक में बैठेंगे. दो मुट्ठी बदलाना. We will put 2 fistful of soil. बंधन देंगे पानी को. ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री समुद्र देवता साक्षात् श्री आदि शक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः. Mata ji, please make this water like sea water and make this sea water remove all the imbalances in our chakras and nadis. Okay, हाथ से जब घुमा रहे महसूस करते रहेंगे. We'll observe vibrations are coming, going, what's happening. Yeah. अभी दोनों पैर पानी में. We'll put both our feet in the water. अभी क्या करेंगे? Now what we will do is we'll put our left hand on the liver. कोई भी कुछ सब लोग जैसे हाथ रखिए. वो फैटी लिवर हो या एक्टिव लिवर हो, नो प्रॉब्लम. लेफ्ट हैंड बस आप लिवर पे रखिए. Whatever is the liver is fatty liver or active liver, doesn't matter. Put your left hand on the liver and right hand towards Shri Mataji. Right hand Shri Mataji को और left hand liver पर. We'll put our left hand on the liver and now liver is France. Liver France है तो अभी एक French speech सुनेंगे. We will listen to one French speech. The left hand remains on the liver and right hand towards Shri Mataji. Left hand liver पे रहेगा, right hand Shri Mataji पर रहेगा. हम एक speech सुनेंगे अभी.
First of all, we have to thank the French Sir Yogis who have arranged this program for us. So thank you very much. We have to thank all the leaders of all research yoga centers in Europe and in England who have helped to arrange this program. You are the leaders. You are clapping for yourself.
Jai Shri Mataji, we will continue to observe what's happening on our liver, what's happening in our Sahasrara, and after 15 minutes, I will pause. Then you can change your foot soak tub and to the second foot soak tub. मैं 15 मिनट के बाद मैं स्टॉप करूंगा स्पीच ताकि आप दूसरा फुट सोक टब रेडी कर सकते हैं.
Last of all, but not least of all, I have to thank all the Sahajogis for coming all the way to this class. So as a token of my gratitude for all of you, I would like to give some little presents to the different centers of Europe and England. So as we call the names of people one by one, you should come. Now, Gavin and yes, because the handwriting is written by people that you can't read.
यश माता जी, हम लोग बहुत सारे स्पीचेस में ऐसे देख सकते हैं कि कोई आदमी खड़ा है फिर भी माता जी दिखती है. There are so many speeches that we see that a person will come in front of Shri Mataji, but you can still see Shri Mataji.
First the centers you take out. Move it the other way now. This is correct. It's come out correctly. Yeah. Now, let's start. Now we have done one thing. First of all the leaders of the centers will be called, of the countries, will be called and given a present to them. And after that, we'll be calling some of the leaders whom we have not yet given presents, but I would like some of the senior leaders to give them the presents. So it would be a generosity on their part, because I had put those names which are the leaders already, and I think it would be very generous on their part to give these presents. नहीं कटेगा, देखो ला के देखो. Ask one of these girls right behind you. Has anybody got pair of scissors? Now, if you have any questions, I would like to answer them, and then I'll tell you something about surgery.
How can we better protect ourselves if we work in an environment which is against Sahaja?
That's the place you have to work it.
श्री माता जी से पूछा गया कि अगर सहज के खिलाफ एनवायरनमेंट में हम हैं तो हम कैसे अपने आप को अपने आप को प्रोटेक्ट कर सकते हैं, है ना. तो श्री माता जी बोल रही है वही एनवायरनमेंट में तो हमको काम करना चाहिए.
I will tell you later on this point more. Now, another question.
Is there a particular advice to keep the sahasrara open and clear?
Particular?
Is there a particular advice to keep the sahasrara open?
All right, I'll answer this also. No, I can answer this question now. It's very simple, as I told you, that the deity of Sahasrara is sitting before you. That the deity of Sahasrara is the Mahamaya. That try not to understand her through your reasoning and imagination, but by surrendering absolutely to it, you keep your Sahasrara open. In case you still find, just one sentence more, it is still closed, you have to ask for forgiveness from the deity. That if we have by mistake made any mistakes, so please forgive us. That's all.
श्री माता जी से पूछा गया कि ये सहस्रार को खुला कैसे रखे, और श्री माता जी बोला ये तो बहुत सिंपल है, ये देखिए ये सहस्र के जो डायटी है वो आपके सामने है, तो आप उनसे, और वो महामाया भी है, तो आप प्रार्थना करोगे तो वो खुला रहेगा, और अगर खुला नहीं है तो वो हमको सिर्फ प्रार्थना करना है, हमें क्षमा कर दो अगर हमने कुछ गलती की है माँ, फिर वो खुल जाएगा। और चलाते रहूंगा बस, वो ऑटोमेटिकली माँ वही बोल रही है कि माइंड से सुनने की समझने की जरूरत नहीं है, और समझने यू डोंट हैव टू लिसन नॉर ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड। जब शिमाली बात कर रही है, हमको सुनने की जरूरत नहीं है, समझने की जरूरत नहीं है, बस वो खींचते रहो, ऑटोमेटिकली सब ठीक हो जाएगा। अभी से मैं थोड़ी बात नहीं करूंगा, ठीक है, बस सुनते, बस देखते रहिए क्या हो रहा है, लिवर में क्या हो रहा है और सहस्रार में।
All right. Now, what is the another question? What no?
It's a very specific question. It is advised that children should sleep in the same room as the parents. But if they wake up 4 or 5 times during the night, is it possible to put them in a separate room?
No. Then the mother should sleep with the child. And the father should sleep in another room. Mother should never leave the child. Moreover, I would advise you that now you have children. Don't get too much involved with your children. That's a dangerous thing. This is another phase. First they get involved with the wives or husbands, then they get involved with the children. If you get involved with the children, then again you have to restart many things. So don't get involved. You have to just do the work like a trustee of the child, just a trustee of the child. But don't get involved with the child. That is my job. You have to leave it to me. So don't get too much involved with the children. I find people who got children, you see, are going now writing literature on it. Don't do like that. I've already given instructions what is to be done about the child. But the children are mine, not yours. So you just don't get involved into them, because that's a temptation for you. Too much involvement in the children is a sign of degradation. It's only your responsibility to look after it. That's all. So, and mother must be with children. Must be with children. She should sleep with them, she should look after them till they are 5 years of age. If she has to go out, she must know that she has to carry the child. She cannot leave children. That's not good. Should never leave the child before they are 5 years of age, whatever it is. Because you should know that till that age, 5 years of age, the child is growing very fast. You see, at an old age, say somebody is 90 and 95, there's not much difference. And at that time, the sense of security must be maintained. That one has to do. So if the husband has to do something else, or if he has to go out or anything, he can go with other friends, the boys or other Sahajogis. But the mother must look after the children. That's her duty. She has to do it. And of course, the husband must help her, must do whatever is needed. But here the question is of shifting the similarity. Now, at this time, the mother is important. She has to look after the child. That's her first job. And at this time, the husband's job becomes a secondary thing. But hers is the first job. And
माता जी, अभी पैर धो लीजिए, दूसरा फुट सोक अरेंज कर लीजिए। प्लीज वॉश योर फीट, अरेंज अनदर फुट सोक। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री समुद्र देवता साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः. Shri Mataji, please make this water like sea water and make this sea water remove all the imbalances in our chakras and nerves. अभी दोनों पैर पानी में रख लीजिए.
Later on, then it again shifts because husband's work becomes more important. If you give them now the security complete, the children you will find will be very peaceful, and that's what Indians do. You have seen how Indian children behave. They are so quiet, so peaceful. Because they completely, the mothers forget about the whole world. You will be surprised.
The left hand remains on the liver. Left hand liver पे ही रहेगा. अभी आपने सुना श्रीमाता ने बताया कि 5 साल तक बच्चे माँ के पास रहना चाहिए. माँ को और कुछ काम नहीं चाहिए, बस बच्चे को देखना है, बाकी सब भूल जाइए. और फिर वो भी दूसरा और चीज भी बोला है कि मगर बच्चे सब कुछ नहीं होना चाहिए आपको. बच्चे को आप बस आप ट्रस्टी की जैसा देख रहे हो, और माँ असली माँ है. श्रीमाता जी अब असली माँ है, ऐसा देखना चाहिए बच्चों को.
Till my younger daughter was 5 years of age, I never went out with my husband. And women should not unduly feel that to look after the child is a lower job and to work in the office is a higher job. Because that pays more money or gives you artificial powers. You must know the greatest power in this world is that of the mother. And unless and until you give you that much to your child, the child is not going to give you back. That discipline, that respect, that glory that you expect as parents. There should be a rapport between the child and the parents and understanding. They should talk and not give toys all the time, but talk to them. Even when they don't talk, you talk to them. And that will improve cases. All right. So what is the second?
Can you talk about discrimination, Srimataji?
It's an innate quality. You can't talk about it. Discrimination is not rational. It's an innate quality. But the best thing you have are vibrations, by which you should see if the things are all right or not. But you must know, as Sahajogis, as you will grow, you will know immediately what is good and what is bad. It's a state in which you just become discreet. But for that you must know is to have your responses controlled, a steady response to anything. You just, for example, you see something, for a minute you just become into thoughtless awareness. And you will have the power of discretion. It's a power. It is not a thing that can be discussed or taught. It's a power. So one has to develop that state. And the best way is to, at any confrontation, anything that you face, first you become thoughtlessly aware, so you enter into the kingdom of God. And then react. The responses must be made very steady and subtle. And one should not suddenly change the attentions. You see, just now, everybody's attention there, mine is not. I did the job.
Once again.
All right? The attention now is with me. Suddenly all of you turn. What is there to see? Who is responsible? So those who put their attention there, pull your ears. I think everybody should do it. All right. So, now, what's the other question?
Sahaja Yogi, what it means to create a piece of art.
The piece of art must emit vibrations. It does not emit, that means there's something wrong. And going for something higher subjects like Kundalini, like the expression of Kundalini, the colors of Kundalini, and into another world, you have to move into that world. Like you can see, we have so many artists, for example, you can say Blake. And for a Sahaja, it should be a kind of a beautiful integration of the gross and the abstract, or realistic and abstract, you can say. And little bit of impressionism. That's how you should try to integrate all of them. They express one style. Sahaja has no style because he knows how to mix up, how to integrate. But certain colors like black should be avoided. But the pastel colors, if they are mixed with black, give it a depth to the pastel colors. Your mother's attention goes to Sahaja. That's my attention is. And it is such a remarkable attention that it is described as kataksha niriksha. Means every glance examines and acts. So when you have that attention, then it's all right to see everything, because it is so deep and penetrating. Yeah.
How, for the people some people for a reason or another cannot live in an ashram, so how will such people know that they are growing in collectivity?
Growth in collectivity creates joy, fun, happiness. No discussion, no argument comes in, especially with the leader. What are your relations? That's very important. Now, if you fight with the leader, then something wrong with you. You have no right to fight with the leader. Now, if the leader becomes absolutely unpopular, then he is no more a leader, that I know. But he has to be unpopular in the whole world. Say, for example, if there is Mr. X who is popular in the country, who is a leader and unpopular in a country Y. Now, that is no judgment, because they might be jealous. They think they are equal to him and can fight him back and can shut him down. And no administration can work like that. Least of all divine administration. So those who fight the leader are first of all uncollective. Actually, India is the best way to find out. They come and tell me about who is who. So I would put it like this very grossly, that you have to be popular in India. And the Indian leaders have to be popular otherwise, in other countries. But perhaps I have some sense of discretion and I know who is who. So somebody who is a leader, you should not fight, first of all. You should not, if he's strict, if he's harsh with you, take it with a grace and be happy that you are corrected. But if you give an explanation or you fight it back or you think that you are all right, then you can never improve. I have seen there are some Sahajogis and Sahajoginis who have been with us for years and they have not improved at all because they think that there's nothing wrong with them. Sometimes I shout at them because the booths have to go, so they said, all right, mother has shouted at our booths. And they never want to look at themselves. And they are the losers. Who's going to lose? They are stupid. And then such people go and talk against the leader at his back. These are the murmuring souls that Christ has described. And they try to form a group against the leader and create a problem, a barrier for themselves and also for Sahaja. These are very dangerous people and they know the ways how to talk against the leader. So keep away from them and shut them down. Even they might be your husband or your wife or your child. Don't listen. Tell them to shut up. This is a booth talking. Just don't listen to anyone who murmurs behind the back of the leader. They will appear to be very wise, very sensible, but know that they are against Sahaja. Just don't listen to them. Don't accept anything from them. Tell them to shut up. The leader has to deal with very important things. With me it's very difficult to deal, and he has to also deal with petty things. They, poor things, are like martyrs, I should say, in my presence. I had to correct so many times in such a bold manner. I correct them and they take it from. This is how we are going to work it out very smoothly. Frigidity.
No, fluidity.
Fluidity. I thought frigid. All right, on the French soil we can't say much, all right? Be careful. One must understand that it is the leaders who have to be really strict with the discipline. They themselves should be disciplined and they must put discipline on the people. But they have to be full of compassion, compassionate towards all other people, but not sympathetic towards booths. Not to sympathize with booths, not to identify with bhutish nonsense, not to be kind to people who have booths is discipline, is the compassionate discipline. That's how we all are going to improve and improve and improve for our own gain. Now here there is no domination. It's the compassion of God you accept and the bhoots you discard. The domination of the bhoots you discard with the help of your leaders. So if they are harsh with you, thank them for that. Next question. They are sadly mistaken. If they do that, they'll be lost in no time. This is the same thing which has ruined our Western country, where people believed in individuality without maturity. We believe in maturity and then individuality. Say a flower becomes a fruit, on the tree it has to mature on the tree with the whole, till it is completely mature. And then it can become an individual, otherwise what's the use of having these half-baked people? We must know that in Sahaja we don't believe in an immature individuality. Like two little boys of 10 years fighting in front of my road and having a boxing. And I ask them, why are you fighting? They tell me back, it's a personality clash.
माता जी अभी अपना पैर धोलेंगे, we wash our feet, we give bandhans to the water. We give bandhan to the water. Please forgive me that I paused the speech, but we all should listen the speech fully. हम सबको speech पूरा तरीके से सुनना चाहिए. मैं लिंक भेज दूंगा, आप बाद में सुन लीजिए. अभी कुंडली उठा के बंधन लेंगे. We'll raise the कुंडली, take बंधन. बंधन लेने के बाद दोनों हाथ अपने गोद में अपना तालु भाग से महसूस करेंगे दोनों हाथों में क्या हो रहा है, सुषुम्ना नाड़ी में क्या हो रहा है। From top of our head, we'll observe the both palms, the Sushumna Nadi, and we'll stay in meditation for 2 minutes. चित्त निरोध 2 मिनट के लिए। जय श्री माता जी, दोनों हाथ जोड़ेंगे। से थैंक यू वेरी मच श्री माता जी फॉर दिस ब्यूटीफुल क्लियरेंस सेशन। अभी एक और बात सिखाना चाहता हूँ। आई वांट टू शो यू पीपल हाउ टू मेडिटेट एंड स्टे इन मेडिटेशन लिटिल लॉन्गर। एक बात, ज्यादा देर तक कैसे ध्यान में रह सकते हैं। अभी आप लोग आंख खोल के अपने घर के बाहर सीनरी कुछ दिख रहा है तो, या कोई आपका दीवार है तो देखिए। यू पीपल इफ यू आर एबल टू सी अ सीनरी, जस्ट लुक एट द सीनरी और लुक एट द वॉल इन योर हाउस। ठीक है, when you are looking at the wall or you are looking at the scenery, you will notice 3 things. You are not putting any effort, you are not getting any reaction, and you are thoughtless. अभी बाहर का नजारा हम जब देख रहे हैं, एक बात देखिए कि हम कोई कोशिश नहीं कर रहे, यानी कोई प्रयत्न नहीं कर रहे, और हम रिएक्शन नहीं दे रहे, और हम निर्विचारिता में। ठीक है, ये अभी आंख बंद करके करेंगे। कब? आंख बंद करके पहले देख लेंगे, राइट हैंड से लेफ्ट हैंड से देख लेंगे कि ऊपर चित्त ऊपर है कि नहीं, अपना वाइब्रेशंस आ रहे कि नहीं। वी विल यूज आवर राइट हैंड एंड लेफ्ट हैंड फॉर सम टाइम above or top of the head to observe if we are getting vibrations on top of the head or not. राइट हैंड 2 मिनट के लिए सर के ऊपर। अभी वैसे ही लेफ्ट हैंड सर के 2 इंच ऊपर। पुट और लेफ्ट हैंड 2 inches above the head again for 2 minutes. Now bring your hand down. अभी दोनों हाथ नीचे ले आइए। अभी जैसे नजारा देख रहे थे ना, वैसे अपने हाथों को महसूस कीजिए। Just like how we were observing the nature outside or the wall, observe our palms. और इसमें कुछ उंगली ठंडा, कुछ उंगली गर्म हो सकता है। In this, we can know that some finger might be cold, some fingers might be hot. Doesn't matter. Just keep observing. Just like how we were observing the scenery, we will observe the fingers. जैसे हम नजारा देख रहे थे, वैसे ही अभी आंख खोल के हमने टीवी देखना शुरू तो किया, अभी आंख बंद करके अंदर का टीवी देखेंगे. With closed eyes, we will watch the TV inside, meaning our hands, our palms. The brain before Sahaja Yoga is used to thinking. Now the brain has to get used to observing. दिमाग अपना सोचने का आदत था सहयोग से पहले, अभी सहयोग के बाद बस साक्षी भाव से देखने का आदत करा रहे ताकि वो नसें दब जाए शांति से. जय श्री माता जी. यही सिंपल टेक्निक है जो माँ ने बोला विटनेस स्टेट में देखते रहना, देखते रहेंगे तो सहस्रार हर वक्त खुला रहेगा. So this is the technique Mataji told. If you are in witness state all the time, your सहस्रार can remain open all the time. आप लोग अभी बताइए कैसा एक्सपीरियंस रहा? How were you able to enjoy thoughtlessness and how the clearance happened?
आप तो महान हो भैया, भैया आप तो महान हो. ऐसे you make people understand everything so thoroughly, so nicely. Thank you so much.
जय श्री माता जी भैया. जय श्री माता जी.
हाँ बोलिए दीदी.
हाँ, मेरे को लेफ्ट हैंड का जो पाम है नीचे भी और ऊपर भी बहुत ज्यादा कूलनेस जो है, वाइब्रेशन बहुत ज्यादा फ्लो हो रहे, और राइट हैंड के जो टिप्स हैं सारी उंगलियों के प्लस जो भवसागर है उसमें, एंड सुषुम्ना नाड़ी का जो है वो पूरा मतलब स्वादिष्ठान से लेकर के पूरा सहस्रार तक जो है, ब्रह्मरंध्र तक जो है वो कूलनेस फील हुआ. एंड विटनेस स्टेट में जो आपने बोला था तो उसमें भी आई कुड फील द डिफरेंस इन बिटवीन द टू. आंखें खोल के देखने का और फिर अंदर जो है अपनी आंखों को अंदर की ओर करके देखने का बहुत अच्छा लगा मुझे. वो दोनों अच्छी तरह से समझ में आया.
वेरी गुड, बहुत अच्छा. और आपके हाथों में जो नीचे से वाइब्रेशन आ रहे हैं ना, उसको उठा के आप ऊपर कर लीजिए, ठीक है? वो शिमादी बताया वो फॉल्स गुरु का इफेक्ट है. वो फॉल्स गुरु जो भी हमने पहले गए होंगे ना, वो पूरा इफेक्ट है, वो गया नहीं अभी तक. वो हाथ से उठा के आप उसमें डाल दीजिए.
और लेफ्ट हैंड का उठा के लेफ्ट हैंड में ही डाल दूं.
करेक्ट.
ऊपर नीचे से ऊपर कर लेंगे.
जय श्री माता जी भैया. जय श्री माता जी भैया.
हाँ बोलिए दीदी.
बहुत अच्छा लगा. पहले थोड़ा हीट था दोनों हाथों में, फिर जब हम कर रहे थे ना तभी थोड़ा कूलनेस ऐसा आ रहा था.
वेरी गुड, बहुत अच्छा. क्यों आया दीदी कूलनेस, क्यों आया?
कूलनेस जब आप मतलब हम लोग फुट सोक करने के बाद तभी भी मतलब क्लियर हो रहे थे शायद, तब हुआ कूलनेस. और उसके बाद आपने जब सीनरी देखने को बोला तभी भी कूलनेस आ रहा था.
हाँ, क्यों आ रहा था? मैं पूछ रहा हूँ क्यों आ रहा था? कूलनेस क्यों आता है?
तो कौन देखता था? कौन देखता था?
वो वॉल देख
ना आत्मा देखता था. आपके आत्मा देखता था.
तो क्या हो रहा है कि जब देख रहे हो तो वो आत्मा देख रहा है. आत्मा देख रहा है, क्या होता है कि आत्मा का प्रकाश वो चक्रों में जा रहा है, वो चक्रों में जा रहा है, वो ठंडक आ रही है।
ओके 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 भैया। एक्चुअली भैया मुझे आपसे थोड़ा डाउट पूछना था। आप एक्चुअली मेरी माँ को है ना वेरिकोस वेन और वेरिकोस वेन का प्रॉब्लम है, और उनका स्किन भी प्रॉब्लम है, स्किन में एलर्जी है जब बहुत धूप होता है। अभी हम केरला में हैं, तो अभी केरला में बहुत ये धूप वगैरह है ना, तो उनका स्किन एलर्जीज होता है बहुत सारा, और उनको इचिंग सब वगैरह होता है। तो उसके लिए कोई ट्रीटमेंट आप बता सकते हो?
सहयोगिनी है?
हाँ सहयोगिनी, हम सब करते हैं, सहयोगा करते हैं।
तो एक बहुत अच्छा टेक्निक ये है सबसे, आई मीन वेरिकोस वेन्स के लिए आप ढूंढ लीजिए, वो श्री माता जी बता देंगे है, जिसमें के बारे में बताया। आप अमृता.org पे जाके वेरिकोस वेन्स सर्च कीजिए, एक तो वो है। और दूसरा हाँ अमृता.org। हाँ, और दूसरा ये है, कोई भी प्रॉब्लम हो, आप जैसे अभी हमने प्रैक्टिस किया ना आत्म तत्व, जैसे अभी चले गए सर के ऊपर चले गए, ठीक है, तो वहां चले जाएंगे तो बाकी सब हमारा पूरा बस टेम्पल है, सिर्फ पूरा बॉडी, ठीक है। और जितना देर हम वहां रह सकते हैं उतना देर वो आत्मा का प्रकाश वहां गिरता जाएगा, वो वेन्स वेरिकोस हो या आर्टरीज हो, कोई भी प्रॉब्लम हो।
ओके ओके,
देखते जाएंगे वो प्रॉब्लम कम होता जाएगा। मेन क्या होता है, हमने इतना एक्सपेरिमेंट किया है कि हम जब ध्यान करते हैं तो ये रूम का टेम्परेचर इसी टेम्परेचर हो जाता है।
ओके ओके,
ठीक है। और बाहर का जो सन है वो सूर्य का रोशनी भी कम हो जाती है और बहुत हवा चलने लगती है, और कुछ देर के बाद ये सब आत्म तत्व का, यानी ये ऋतंबर प्रज्ञा के बारे में जैसे बात किया ना कल, ये नेचर को मालूम है कि यहाँ आदि शक्ति के बच्चे हैं।
ओके,
उस हिसाब से वो उसका प्रभाव दिखता है। एंड यू विल सी दिस वेरी क्लियरली इन ISPS इन धर्मशाला।
ओके,
एंड we have experimented here also many times। एंड जितना तत्व में जाओगे आपको रूम में फर्क पता चल जाएगा, और वो सन का प्रॉब्लम जो है ना वो कम हो जाएगा।
I want to give an explanation, not explanation, actually experience today, as a matter of fact. And we were having lunch outside, and it's pretty hot. 94 degrees is like, I don't know, maybe 35 degrees, 35. And it was pretty hot, okay? And we were sitting outside, and as long as we were meditating, talking about Sahaja Yoga, we did not feel any heat coming. I mean, we're not sitting in the sun, but even in the shade, you can feel the heat. You can feel the heat reflecting off of the ground, you know. So and it, as long as we were in doing something to do with Sahaja Yoga, and the other lady was also Sahaja Yogi, as long as we were doing that, there was absolutely no heat, and we did not feel any hot. And as a matter of fact, when I went inside the restaurant, inside it was AC was on, but I was feeling hot inside the restaurant. If you can imagine that. Okay, it is so amazing. Just as long as you are connected to the Chaitanya and Virat and also Shrimataji, everything will be fine.
Yes.
And as far as the allergy is also, I'm allergic to many things, but I avoid many of the things. And also, you can work on her left navi. She can work on her left navi, and it'll help. And Hannah Bhaiya?
Yeah, I thought she said varicose veins.
Yeah, varicose veins and skin allergies are also there.
Okay, allergy is left navi.
Dhoop allergy, especially dhoop allergy, you really have to, like he said, make the environment around you the same temperature as you, basically. When you cool down, let the temperature around you cool down. That's what happens when you're in Sahaj, when you're connected. That's exactly what Bhaiya was trying to explain to you.
ओके, थैंक यू भैया, थैंक यू दीदी। एक्चुअली उनको ये भी प्रॉब्लम है कि उनका जो पेट है ना, मे बी भवसागर का थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम है शायद उनको,
शायद शायद
स्टमक
शायद
स्टमक बहुत उनको हेवी फील होता है।
No. Bhavsagar is from the previous or family false gurus. So you have to work on that.
Actually,
No.
have
You may not. You may not even know. You may not even know. That's what I'm working on. I'm working on the same exact same thing. All right. I've been in Sahaja 23 years and I have had a lot of problems since Virat, and I have been doing a little bit more of working on the false gurus. It's working out. Okay. So it may not be just you. It's the whole ancestral false gurus. Okay.
Okay. Thank you भैया।
जयश्मा दीदी,
हाँ जयश्मा दीदी।
हाँ भैया, ये राइट हैंड जो है, अभी मैं बहुत सारी चीजें पूछी थी, कभी लेफ्ट नाभि क्या चाह रही है, कभी कुछ, लेकिन अब सब क्लियर होता गया क्यों में थी ना। लेकिन भैया अभी ना ये मेरी जो राइट हैंड की कलाई है, इसमें थोड़ा सा ऐसे खिंचाव और पेन हो रहा है बहुत ज्यादा राइट हैंड में।
विशुद्धि है। आप क्लाउड वाइब्रेशन,
अर्थराइटिस की भी प्रॉब्लम है ना, थोड़ी सी माइनर सी रह गई है अर्थराइटिस की दिक्कत। पहले बहुत ज्यादा थी, अब कम है।
या क्लाउड वाइब्रेशन, स्काई वाइब्रेशन सुना आपने?
भैया वो अभी सुबह भी दीदी ने मुझे बताया था, बोला था जब हम लोग शूबिट कर रहे थे कि 14 का नहीं, वैसे सुनना है बस थोड़ा सा। हाँ जी,
हाँ वो करने से
भी आपकी वॉइस ब्रेक हो गई, सॉरी।
हाँ वो करने से ठीक हो जाएगा। आप
क्लाउड वाइब्रेशन,
हाँ क्लाउड वाइब्रेशन, स्काई वाइब्रेशन।
अच्छा तो ये भैया दीदी ने बताया था 14 मई की जो स्पीच है इवनिंग की, उसमें कुछ है ऐसा सुबह बताया था दीदी ने।
हाँ देख लीजिए हो जाएगा। चलिए ओके, चलिए थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू फॉर योर पार्टिसिपेशन।
थैंक यू भैया, जय श्री माता जी।
This is all experiment for you, huh? It is really amazing. Really, the whole thing is so amazing.